Hey everyone, this is Bolthra. I'm your keeper tonight for our Call of Cthulhu series, Buried Secrets. This is a three-part series that we're trying here at Restless Barbarian Gaming. This is my first time running Call of Cthulhu, so I'm sure I'm probably going to mess something up, but that's usually the fun of our games. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our players, have them introduce their character, and then we'll get started shortly. So we are going to start first with Whispers.
Oh, first for once, I see how it is. Hi, I'm Whispers. I'm playing, the wonderful Dicky. Your favorite bachelor from New York City that is totally a construction worker.
Okay. And Jen. You're muted, Jen, I think.
There's the problem. I'm not having a good day right now. Okay, so I'm Jen. I'm playing Helen Montgomery. She is the niece to her uncles, one of which is Dickie, and she feels like she's too old to still be a flapper, so she's kind of looking for a husband at this point.
We'll see if we can find her one. And Haley.
Hi everyone, my name's Haley, also known as Babe_Blade666, and tonight I'm playing Elizabeth Montgomery. She's originally from Toronto, but she's moved to the States to be with her husband, who's now passed away, and so I'm married into the family, as it were, and Helen would be my sister-in-law, so we would know each other in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just really excited to play.
Alrighty. And last, we have Diver.
I am Diver, bit of a social media hermit, which means you're probably not going to see or find me except on Discord. But I'm kind of an interloper. You've probably seen me in other games. So anyways, I am playing Jesse James Montgomery, so named after the infamous outlaw, and he's kind of taken up a similar career path, knocking over banks, in Central and Western America, and he's come back home to Philadelphia for a nice family reunion here, or at least that's what the Pony Express letters told him and everything. So yeah. He's got his shotgun, he's ready to go and get another big score, as it were, for the family inheritance or whatever it is we're here for. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, we're going to play our intro and then we're going to go ahead and jump in. So all right, well, we are ready to start. Let's just give you a little bit of background about the Montgomery family. Our story begins in June of 1923 in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania, which is outside of Philadelphia. Our characters are all related, as they've told you, either through birth or through marriage. In the recent years, the Montgomerys have weathered a scandal that would have devastated other businesses and destroyed their family, yet they've maintained their wealth. Despite their successes, the family's beloved son, Wilton, gave in to despair and killed himself in the servants' quarters. Just a few months following his death, Hazel Montgomery, the matriarch of the family, has now passed away at the age of 97. Each of our characters has been contacted by the family attorney, Edgar Wilkes, and asked to attend Hazel's service. In the society pages, the harpies whisper that her wicked ways finally caught up with old Hazel. Some have even suggested she was murdered. Wilkes has done his best to stall the police investigation until after the funeral, but Detective June Ramirez has been relentless. Hazel was not well liked by most outsiders and seemed to have had few friends, mostly business associates. The Montgomery clan immigrated from Scotland 90 years ago and built its fortune in mining in northeastern Pennsylvania. Our players are all various grandchildren and even great-grandchildren of Hazel. Their feelings for her are their own, either good or bad. So we fade in to a train station in Philadelphia. I believe at that time it might have even been 30th Street Station. And train has pulled in from Toronto. And it was a really long train ride to come down from Toronto. And off steps a young woman carrying a child. A porter helps her, offers her a hand, helps her off the train, kind of tips his hat, says, "Welcome to Philadelphia, ma'am."
My pleasure. Thank you.
Can I get you a cab?
Yes, I'd love that.
Okay. As she's getting her bags, another train pulls in. And this one is coming from New York, a slightly shorter ride, obviously. And I believe that's where Dickie is coming from, if I'm not incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why don't you tell us? He steps off the train. Porter doesn't help him. Just kind of shrugs. Maybe he's waiting for a tip. And he says, "All right, step this way, sir."
As always, sir. Dickie will kind of walk up. I'm assuming, despite being away from the family, Dickie's like kind of kept out with family news. That's just who he is. It takes him a moment before he realizes Elizabeth, and we'll go ahead and tip the person picking Elizabeth's bags for her, and just be like, "I don't believe we've formally met. You married one of my nephews from my older brother, correct?"
That's correct. And thank you for tipping the bag man there. A little short on cash these days.
Oh, if you need any help with the kids or just something for yourself, just let me know. And if Jesse says anything, ignore it. 95% of the time he's trying to scare you.
Oh, how very kind of you. Very helpful indeed. Thank you.
Now, where is Jesse coming in from? From west, I would believe.
He's coming in from the west, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say he was probably on the same train as Elizabeth. He probably met up with it in like Chicago or something like that. So he's maybe a car back or two.
Yeah.
But he steps off the train and kind of looking through the crowd, he sees his brother talking to a woman he might not quite recognize because it's been a couple of years.
Right, yeah, he's been busy. Hey, Dickie! Dickie! He's just gonna run up, like, hey, how's it been? Like, with his arm around doing everything,
Oh, bro.
You do that, and instinctively, Dickie does. You haven't seen Dickie since he was 16, so he was like that kind of fugly kid growing up. Like, his ears were too big. He was like, "You're cute," like in an ugly way, but he has grown very broad. He looks like a Hollywood movie star at this point, really grew into his large ears. And instinctively, when you wrap your hands around him, he locks it with you and gives you a nuggie.
Oh man, you're lucky you're my brother. I break the arms of anybody else that does that.
You do that, and I'm telling Mom. We both know you won't disobey her.
She'll believe me over you any day of the week. You know me. I'm the younger one. They always believe me.
I'll pull up your criminal record.
There ain't no criminal record. I burned that in the last bank I robbed.
Elizabeth, what a wonderful family you've joined.
Well, my husband was a little more sophisticated.
I know he looks like the actor, right? But I'm the famous one.
For what perchance? What are you famous for?
Oh, knocking over a few banks, a few trains, a few planes, just done it all.
We'll hug her child a little closer to her chest, like. Yeah.
A passerby stops and kind of looks at Jessia for a moment.
What are you looking at? You know who I am? Keep walking.
Please ignore my brother. He's currently coming from the family. He's been in an institution for a while. Our father died, so we thought,
I ain't been in no institution. What are you talking about? They only had me behind bars a few days.
Okay, I think it might be time for our first roll.
What am I rolling?
Jesse, could you give me an acting roll?
Okay.
And what we want in this game is you want to roll below your skill.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and pull up a sheet here.
Let's watch.
Acting. Here we go. Oh, that's not going to be good. All right. So I got it here. Now, how do I roll again?
You actually just click on it. Click on the word acting, and then you should get a little kind of dialogue box come up.
Yep. Yeah.
28. That's still a fail. The guy looking by is kind of mumbles something to himself and kind of steps away.
That's right. Keep walking.
Okay.
Jesse.
Now, Helen, I believe your character already lives in Philadelphia.
Yeah, she's been staying with her parents because her dad doesn't go anywhere anymore.
Okay.
So she's been driving the car and as best she can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to say that maybe you were dispatched by the family to pick up your relatives at the train station.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You're familiar with Elizabeth. You probably maybe haven't seen her in a little while, but you know each other. And your uncles, well, they're your uncles. So you're at the platform because you knew when the train was coming in for Elizabeth. So you walk up. I probably should have everyone kind of describe themselves. I don't think we quite did that. So why don't we start with Helen? Have you describe yourself first?
So Helen is in her 20s. She's just turned 20, and she's just lost all interest in being a flapper. She's not very pretty to begin with, but she is looking for a husband right now because she figures that's what you do. So, so yeah, that's her.
Okay. And as she's walking up, okay, Elizabeth, why don't you describe yourself?
Elizabeth, she likes to be really put together. She's wearing black to be respectful. She has a child in her arms, and she also has a little bit of a bump for her second child. But she's very young, and she's very well put together. She wants to be someone of status at some point. So
okay. And then Dickie, what does Helen see when she walks up?
So, for any of you guys who know 1920s actors, think of like Montgomery Clift. Yes, I picked that guy for a reason. With like a bit more facial hair, slightly longer hair that's like always slicked back, broad, surprisingly very muscular for what they do. I mean, never mind, they're a construction worker, totally, it works. But yeah, they have all the charisma and riz that the Montgomerys usually have.
Okay, and Jesse.
Jesse's you can tell he's been in the sun more than a little, and he's kind of leathery and everything, and a little bit worn. He hasn't had time to shave in the last few days. He smells a bit like dirt and sweat and things like that. Yes, he definitely doesn't try to. He's not coming off he's very much opposite of Dickie in a lot of ways. He's not clean. He's not anything like that. He's just kind of loud and forward, uncouth as it were. So he's a little bit rough and kind of throws his weight around. Likes to think he's a real big deal because he's kind of like youngest child. He's always had to like act out the standout. So yeah, he's part of why he is the way he is.
I just actually did the math. The last time Helen would have seen
Welcome,
Dickie
Crash.
is I would have held you as a newborn right before I left. You've only seen me in photos.
Wow.
Or letters. I've actually never seen Helen in person.
Oh, wow.
Well, Helen's never seen me. You were too young to remember when you were
Right.
born.
Yeah. Something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I go walking up to this group, and I know Elizabeth, so I'm like,
Mhm.
"You're here. You made it. I mean, it's a sad circumstance, but it's so nice to see you. Who's this little one?"
This is your new niece.
Oh,
And she'll hand her over.
oh, how cute! Look at you. Oh, very nice.
She'll kind of rub her belly.
Oh. I see. Yeah. Oh, here, I'll hand her back to her mama before she gets upset. So I have a car.
I'm very
and,
sorry for not telling you sooner
Oh, that's
about
all
your
right.
brother.
Yeah.
I needed to go back to Toronto to gather my thoughts and my things. But I'm glad we're together now.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, it's it's going to be a difficult day, I think, but we'll get there. So I have the car. I know my father was supposed to pick you up, but he doesn't come out of the house anymore very often. So it's me. I kind of know how to drive. And if you want to all follow me, I can.
Leave it to me. I got this. I can get behind the wheel. I can handle it. I got it. It's just gonna start marching towards the car.
Let's see if we wanted to. You know what?
We better go follow him.
There's a porter
Elizabeth
scrambling to
will look
grab
for a
bags.
taxi.
Hold on, miss. I've got the bags. Yeah.
Dickie grabs his own bag, but there's just a moment where he's just staring at Helen for a second. And then just goes, "Hey, I haven't seen you since you were about big enough to fit in my little hand."
It's been a while.
I
Yep.
know. Look at you. You come at least. There's just a moment where he looks at you, looks at my waist, barely in my chest. What are you, like 5'2"?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that
I
knee-high
didn't
to
really grow
grasshopper
that
thing?
big, Oh well.
All right, so you guys are walking out of the train station towards the cars. Jesse leading the way. I guess Helen scrambling behind.
Yeah. Just
and,
don't break the car. It's the only one we've got.
Don't worry. I'm a pro at this. I've driven so many cars. Most of them weren't
Elizabeth
even
will kind of grab him by the shoulder and kind of gently guide him away from the front door.
Of the car. I'm
Yes.
getting in and trying to drive it now.
Yeah. She'd be like,
Dickie gets in the front seat, so the passenger side, so Jesse doesn't get a chance.
No, come on, I can do this. Like, I've driven plenty of cars. Most of them weren't even my own, just like this one.
Oh.
I know we just met, but you reek of alcohol, and I just don't want to put.
I drink better that way.
Okay, I'm gonna start the car now. Let me just figure it out. All right, so I'm hoping I turn the engine.
Whatever.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna start driving us back to the house we're supposed to be at. For
Yes,
the funeral.
you'll take it out of Philadelphia and into the to the suburbs. You are heading towards a town called Berwyn. It's on the Philadelphia Main Line, which was named after the train line that ran through the neighborhoods. It's actually an area of significant wealth in the area. So you end up going through some very nice neighborhoods until you arrive.
Lots of money here. Ooh, I can
You've-
smell it.
You pull off Lancaster Boulevard, or excuse me, Lancaster Avenue, and after winding your way through a couple streets, you arrive at a large estate that has large ferns, rows of ferns growing in front of it. Almost seems to like kind of hide the house from the street. As you're making the turn, Helen, you see outside on the street there is a car parked with a woman standing outside out of the car, talking to a police officer. She's probably late 20s. She is of Hispanic heritage. She has kind of like a blue hat on, kind of a blue dress, kind of very, very, very dignified. And as your car is pulling up, she just kind of watches you guys with some interest, and just kind of watches the car pull in between the row of hedges. And as you get in there, a gentleman in a suit just kind of walks up and just kind of puts his hand out, and then he kind of looks forward and recognizes Helen and goes, "Oh," just kind of waves you forward.
Yeah. Okay.
You pull in to the driveway, and there before you stands Bulverton House. It's a place you all know well, either from your younger childhood or recent years. It's the family estate. It's been in the house for decades. It was built in pre-Victorian times, so it still has kind of this Gothic feel to it, and very just eerie, dark colors on the outside. And as you get closer, you can almost feel it kind of looming above you, like the upper floors, just the windows almost just seem like eyes, like looking down at you. And as you pull into the driveway, the staff come out of the house. Front door opens, and you recognize a couple folks coming down. There's a older man by the name of Reginald. You recognize him as the family butler, and followed by him is kind of I guess the term they used back then was portly, a woman by the name of April, with kind of graying hair. They both come out to greet everyone from the car. And as you pull up, Reginald comes up and opens up the front door, and then opens up kind of comes around and opens up the door for everyone.
Oh, thanks. Get out of the car.
As the doors are being opened, Dickie just has to tease, his baby brother. And just goes, "James, remember that one time you ran outside at night and you swore you saw eyeballs watching you? And it was just the light was on the third floor."
Yeah, this place has always given me the creeps. I mean, sometimes that was cool, sometimes it wasn't. No, I mean, I'm never really spooky,
Yeah, picking up girls by saying you live in a haunted house was probably not your best flirt.
Made it hard. Yeah. I mean, who could ever bring anybody back to this place, right? I bring all my girls to hotels now. That works much better.
And that's why you're not married and still single.
Room service. It's the only way to live. I mean, I'm talking, that's the way I go. Shoot, who has time to settle down these days?
April puts her hand out to Elizabeth to help her with the child, to help her get out of the car.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate that.
She's like, "Of course, miss."
going to be hard
Those
for that kid
windows, they
without.
do seem a little unsettling, a little overbearing. Don't you find?
She starts to say something, and she kind of almost remembers her place. She's very, very well, madam. The governess, Thomas forgot the name of. Oh, the governess Ruth. A young woman comes out of the house, and everyone's in black. Kind of a young woman, probably not much older than Elizabeth, comes out, and she's like, "Hi, I'm here to help you with the little one." She has an Irish accent that Tom's being absolutely terrible at tonight.
I could pull that off. I got Irish relatives. Anyway.
My name's Ruth, ma'am. I'll be here to watch the child for you.
Oh, thank you. Be careful with her. She's been through a lot this year.
She kind of takes her gently from your arm. I treat her as if she was my own.
Thank you.
And Reginald begins to get the bags out. There is a young man who comes scurrying out of the house, probably about the same age as Ruth. And Reginald just kind of waves his hands towards the bags, and the young man starts grabbing the bags. And Reginald clears his throat and says, "I assume you're all staying here at Bulverton House through the completion of the funeral?"
I think so.
Probably
I have a
looks
quick
that way.
question, Peter.
Sure.
Based off their age, would it be fair to assume that Reginald probably knew the brothers growing up?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Main reason because I think this is absolutely funny. Dickie just kind of does his usual nod to say yes, but just like he was when he was younger, he goes to help the bags because he still thinks it's stupid that they can't help the help.
He kind of clears his throat a little bit, but doesn't stop you from. So the young man may be like, kind of like, "Oh, this is my job. Like, I'm supposed to take the bags."
No, trust me, I got it. A lot of bags. I can carry my own.
And
Hey, Reg, it's no problem. I'll let you do your job. He's gonna punches him in the shoulder, you just keep on doing what you're doing.
just kind of rubs his arm. And, Irish diplomacy. Yeah. Very well. So he allows whoever wants to carry their own bags inside. The poor kid kind of gathers everything else up himself and kind of and you are led up the steps onto the porch and then into Bulverton House itself. You've always, even during the summer, you always found this house cold. It's spring of 1923 right now, so it's still a little cool out. But even when you step inside, the house just seems cold and just dead almost. Even when you live there at different times, there's just always something about this house that just felt like you were never really welcome. Mm-hmm. As you step in, you look over to the left. There is a kind of like almost like a living room that you remember from your childhood was kind of like a sitting room. Was kind of where all new visitors and everyone kind of came in to meet and talk with the family. The room looks very different now. It's been cleared out. There is a closed casket at the far side of the room with rows of folding chairs in there. Dozens of bouquets of flowers in there, and there are several people standing, talking quietly. There's a lot of people sitting on chairs. In front of the coffin, there has been placed a kneeler. The family's Catholic, so they have a kneeler in there. So if someone wants to go up and say a prayer for dearly departed Hazel, they can. But this is the kind of the scene you get. Ahead of you lies the grand staircase that leads upstairs, with another hallway that leads further into the house. And to the right was a one of the house libraries. Those doors are shut. Reginald clears his throat again and says, "The bags will be placed in each of your rooms."
Hey, thanks, Reg. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Reg, are we gonna have our childhood bedrooms? Because that one really creeped me out.
Where else would you like to stay?
I don't know a room that I always had a weird draft in my room.
This room
Come
is
on, Dickie. This is the old place. I mean, I know, chilly, silent as the freaking grave, but you know, it's home.
Okay, fine, but please tell me it's changed since I was 16.
I'm afraid things don't change that much at Bulverton House.
Okay. Right after that, Dickie will just turn to Jesse and just go, "No, listen here, Jesse James. Don't make me pull out that last name. You are gonna behave at Grandma Hazel's funeral. Got that?"
I wasn't ever any good at behaving, but I'll pour one out. Grandma Hazel, you know.
Make sure it is Scott.
Party on, Garth.
Honey, that was her favorite.
Okay.
Elizabeth will take a look around the house, just do a lap and kind of admire all the antiques and the artistry of the living room and the front foyer.
Do me a favor. Give me a spot and hidden roll as you get towards you head back towards the kitchen. Not an area normally you would have gone, but you kind of maybe took a misstep and kind of headed towards the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay. Looks like that
29.
is a success. She catches just a quick glance of a woman, probably a cook or some kind of staff, was kind of peering out of the kitchen, and then kind of jumped back, like when she saw you walking by.
I'll go try to look for her.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of wind your way back. She's kind of a short girl, and she's like, "Oh, forgive me, ma'am. I didn't mean to stare. I just heard there was people here."
It's okay. You can join us. You don't have to hide in here.
Oh no. I'm just the help. I'm not allowed to join the family.
Please join me. It's okay. I am just an in-law. I know how that feels.
And she kind of starts to follow you out, and April appears seemingly from nowhere. And then she says, "Edith, I believe you have tasks to attend to." And the girl, whose apparently name is Edith, is like, "Well, the young lady said I could." Edith, back to the kitchen.
I won't stand in their way. I'll just kind of put my arms up and take a step
April
back.
just kind of gently puts her hand on just by her elbow, and she's like, "Were you lost, miss? I can take you back to the family if you'd like."
Certainly. I guess I just wandered a little too far.
Of course. Right. Yeah, she kind of leads you back to the family. Just kind of as you're turning around, the girl Edith just kind of watching, and then just kind of slowly just kind of retreats back into the kitchen. And we're back out to the front area. How about Helen? What's she up to?
Helen's staying far away from the casket for now because she's always been afraid of Hazel.
Okay. And the brothers. You now see Elizabeth get returned. The errant child has been returned. So.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coming back, you said our father Witten also died a bit ago, right?
Yes, a couple of months before that.
Okay, cool. So, just with a single look, and like, that, being the middle child and the youngest, we could get away with shit growing up. Everything was our older brother's fault. So, like, in that, like, brotherly look, it's just that eyebrow raise of, like, you want to go see if Dad's office is unlocked?
Hell yeah. You even need to ask?
It would be up the stairs and to the left.
Before or while we're doing that, Jesse's also like looking for alcohol. Like, just he's already just gonna like pilfer the stash if it's available and like open up a bottle for himself. On the way.
It is a Scottish Catholic family, which is kind of a misnomer. But you do see kind of at the kind of by the doorway, as you would go into the sitting room, there is a table with a bottle of scotch and a couple of glasses sitting.
Perfect. Just want to grab the bottle and pop the top.
Okay.
Lead the way. Lead the way, bro.
Yeah, like going up there before we get to the office, Dicky's gonna like leave his bag in his childhood room. He just kind of doesn't let Jesse in there and just kind of opens the door and tosses his bag on his old bed and closes the door, and then goes to their father's study.
Okay. You the ladies see their uncles just walk away with a bottle. What would they like to do?
This is normal.
Okay.
Elizabeth will approach Helen with like a really kind of sad look on her face. And she'll say, "You looked so much like him. I really wish you were around near the end of his days."
I didn't know it was happening.
They
keep things from me. They do.
I envy you. It was awful.
I'm sorry to hear that. If I'd known, I would have come to help. But nobody tells me anything.
It was over before it began. As
Sorry.
soon as our child was born, it's like a switch flipped in him.
Sorry.
I wish for you to be part of our family. A little more closer.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Here, you need a hug. Come here. I give her a hug. Which I'm hoping she accepts.
Yeah, she will.
Okay.
She'll kind of like, she's kind of weirded out that you look so similar to him.
Right.
Because of how he died very tragically. So she just kind of hesitantly gives you a hug.
Okay. We'll get through this. We will.
We are going to
Yeah,
switch
surrounds
to
the family, and she'll go into the funeral room.
Okay. That's actually, I was hoping you guys would go.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
as you're walking in there, we're going to transition to the brothers, who have wandered upstairs. And they find their father, Wilton, his office. Door's locked.
Of course it is, but that's not a problem. You want to try it, or you want to leave it to me?
I think between the two of us, you know how to pick locks better than I do.
Shit, yeah. There ain't no block that I can't break or pick. So he's like,
watch you fail now that you said that.
Is that locksmith or is that sleight of hand?
I'm going to go with locksmith on this one, because sleight of hand is definitely not his strong suit.
Okay.
He's not about sleight of anything.
Does that sound right, Whispers? Okay.
Yeah.
And he got a 4. So yeah. Click. He opens it up.
Like it was second nature. Like,
Exactly. You and you enter your your father's office. Normally he was pretty fastidious, with maybe what we'd call OCD today, with his office. But you get in, and there's a lot of papers on the desk. There's books taken off the what's the chamber? Yes, punk.
Mhm.
That's how Jesse rolls.
And you see several books have been taken off on one of the bookshelves. One of them is open on the desk. The blinds were normally he always had them open. He just seemed to want natural sunlight coming in. Everything's been closed. It's just so they closed the blinds in here, but they didn't really touch anything with the desk. You get a warm feeling in that this is familiar to you, but then you remember the circumstances of your father's demise. Something drove him into a deep depression. From
Probably
which
all
he
this paperwork.
never recovered. And he killed himself in the servants' quarters in the back. So while you have that familiar feeling from the room, it's dampened by kind of the reality of it all. Did either of you return to Philadelphia for his funeral? It was only a couple months before.
I can't be called home every single time, so I was
Time
busy.
somebody drops dead. I
I also Dickie probably didn't. Maybe it's that I have this idea that he was probably the one brother that had like the best relationship with Dad. So probably sent flowers, but didn't attend in person.
Okay.
Though I do. So you said it's like a very like disarray, like almost like a panic, but we knew him to be like very like OCD with his office.
Yeah.
Can I roll psychology to see if you have like a psychotic breakdown or something and kind of Okay.
Yeah, I
cool.
mean, yeah, because you might be able to kind of look for maybe other things in the room that are askew.
Yeah, I knew my father pretty well. I hated him, but I knew him. Let me roll. That is a 47
against a 70. So yeah, okay, yeah. So you notice that when you're looking through the desk, there one of the books that's out. This didn't look like anything Dad would read. It was your dad was more of a financial person, captain of industry, I guess they called them back then. And this is a book related to the Celts. You pick it up, it's like a history of Celtic life. I can't think of the right word right now. A cultural book. And it's open to a section about almost like the Dark Ages of Scotland, kind of a pre-Christianity section. So this doesn't even look like a book that probably would have even been in his library.
Yeah, I would even fair just say that, with how like thing he was, Dickie fully looks at the back of the book where Father used to like numbers his books. He feels like he's the Dewey Decimal System in his own office. Realize it's not even part of his collection.
Yeah, this isn't his book.
Goes,
yeah.
Hey, Jess, when did Dad start reading about the history of Celtic, of Scottish? Why? Dad was a finance person. Why is he reading about history?
I think that was a
that
question.
answers my question.
Okay.
No, that feels like it's such an in-character thing to just be like, what?
Yeah, just what?
Yeah.
You talking to me?
Yeah. He's too busy like looking for valuables and like, you know, something that might be classified as some kind of special weapon looking thing. You know, it's like this is where his mind is. He's totally like, I don't give a shit about like history or finances or anything else except when it's cash in my hand. So
Hey, Jesse, you like finding secret stuff, right?
I do, especially when it's valuable.
Well, old Victorian homes traditionally had secret pathways within rooms, so maybe find that while I read this book.
Sounds good. It'll probably take you the rest of the night, right, to read that. I mean, it's pretty thick, isn't it? I mean, just books, right? You know, take forever. Anyways, he's gonna look for secret passages.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know if that quite be spot hidden, but I suppose it could be. Yeah, I guess that would be spot hidden because he is trying to kind of search the room. Okay.
Yes.
Nothing
hidden from Jesse.
Yeah, there is a bookshelf that mostly held flowers and flower pots, those kinds of things that the flowers are all dead.
Just push those aside.
But he notices that behind the bookshelf, there's a little bit of a gap. And then as he's kind of running his hands along there, he feels kind of a seam of almost like a hidden the door almost.
Well, if it doesn't come right open, he's going to find something to open it up. I think I got something here.
Well,
secret passage
here's the
straight
thing.
out of the movies.
Make a note of that. I'm taking this book. You can come back tonight.
Wait, why? Why wait? Why can't we do this now?
We're
Don't you want to
at
see
a
what's
funeral,
behind here?
Jesse.
Come on, help me find a crowbar.
We're at Grandma. Yeah, I grabbed the book, and then I'm just gonna try and drag Jesse out of the room.
Why?
And as you turn, you're going to the door. Reginald is standing there.
Wow, done already, Reg, huh? You're fast, man. I forgot how fast you are. The door was just open.
Give me an acting role.
This is just, it's going to be failures all night long with this. Yeah, so much failure
Trying to succeed
here.
at a cost out of that.
Yeah, you rolled really bad on that. And he kind of just steps past the two of you and just shuts the door, takes out his keys, locks it again, and kind of puts them back in his coat pocket. He's like, "You're needed downstairs, gentlemen."
And as they go downstairs, Jesse's going to lean over to Dickie's like that's going to keep me out. Get back in, no problem.
Okay, you're taken back downstairs into the parlor, I guess it is, where you see your nieces are talking to two older women, not older than them. Let's put it that way, who you both recognize, and these, I believe, are your sisters, Mary and Catherine.
Oh. Now you know it's a Catholic family.
And I'm taking that from my family because I had an Aunt Mary Catherine.
I have a sister named Mary. So
I basically just split the names into two women.
Yeah, why not?
And they actually turn and see really the four of you. Aunt Mary is kind of a short woman, very friendly. You always remembered her as being the warm one. She walks over, hugs each of the girls, gives each of the boys a hug, and she says, "Oh, it's so good to see you. It's such a shame under these circumstances that we all have to get together. But I hate to say it. That's what brings families together is sometimes a funeral."
Yeah, and once again, I do apologize. I couldn't make it to Father's funeral. I was busy at work. Father would have been pissed if I took a single day off from work because he died.
Of course, and she just kind of turns to each of them. She says, "And Elizabeth, I'm told you have a little one with you."
Yes, and one on the way. And she'll kind of.
Oh, what a blessing! What a blessing! And she gives you a kiss on the cheek, and leans over and gives Helen a kiss. Says, Helen, even though you live nearby, I just don't get enough of a chance to see you. But we need to solve them. She kind of like pats your hand.
Oh, yeah, of course. We'll have lunch sometime. Sure.
And then she looks back over at Jesse and Jesse. Well, it's good to see you, Jesse. Staying out of trouble as always.
Absolutely. Like, record's as clean as a whistle. It's been a long time coming back here. It's good to see you. I hope you've been keeping well too. Good to see that I've moved up in the world.
The other woman doesn't. Only Mary approached you. The other woman kind of stopped, and you see she's taking a sip of something. She's already got a tumbler of scotch.
Yep.
You recognize your Aunt Catherine. She's rather dour, and just doesn't seem like she's interested in being here. And she's looking around. She's going, "Of course, my brother couldn't be bothered to come. I mean, why would I expect anything less?" And she kind of just gives Helen a look.
Hey, it wasn't my choice. He didn't want to be here. I don't know why. He doesn't. No one tells me anything.
Well, I guess that's probably. But I guess, and she's just like, whatever.
Already, Kate, you gotta take shots already.
Yeah.
And she kind of laughs at that. She's kind of like, yeah, let's put the old bitch in the ground first, and then we'll and everyone kind of and she's like, oh Jesus, and she just kind of takes another sip of scotch and just
that's rough.
The rest of the people in here, various friends of the family, that kind of thing, but as you remember, your grandmother really didn't have friends, more business associates. So you do recognize some people from high society Philadelphia. But there is one gentleman standing over towards the casket you do recognize, Edgar Wilkes. He's the family lawyer, and he's kind of a proper gentleman, not quite as tight as Reginald, but and he stands there and just kind of nods to each of you, and he's like, "Thank you for coming."
Hey, Ed, no problem. Thanks for getting me out of that fix back in Illinois. I really appreciate it.
And he kind of course, it's my job.
Yeah, I always knew this charge wouldn't stick.
Elizabeth will say, I really do appreciate the invite. I know I wouldn't be considered close-knit family, but I need to be here. And she'll kind of force a tear.
And he's like, of course. And Helen probably knows him the best from being local. He really handled a lot of the day-to-day things for the family. Hazel was very, very with it for her age. I mean, she died at 97, but her son's basic plunge into madness really changed her a lot. She spent a lot of time helping him, caring for him, and his death just broke her. So her last couple months, she really just stayed in her bedroom, maybe in her library, wasn't seen much. So Edgar really is basically family, has just been keeping the family going. You sense from him almost like a sense of relief in a way, that this has kind of come to an end, but there's still more work to be done. And across from him is the casket, lined with flowers. It is a closed casket per Hazel's request. There's a young boy in front. You don't recognize him, but he's down there kneeling, saying some prayers, right next to the coffin, and then kind of gets up, kind of eerily, kind of like okay, I don't really want to be like near this.
Yeah.
And kind of backs off. So Edgar says, the funeral will be tomorrow. And then following that, we will have the reading of the will, as per Hazel's request. I would hope you're all going to. And he's looks over at Jesse.
Yeah,
he just
instinctively, Dickie just kind of, shoulders, pushes his shoulder into Jesse's, chest and just whispers, "Hey."
I mean, jeez, God.
The interment will be at the family crypt in Windward. Transportation will be provided for those who need it.
I don't need it. I can drive on my own.
Not with
Jesse,
my
your
car.
license was revoked.
And he says, yes, I believe your license was revoked.
Why do you guys say things like that? What? That was a complete misunderstanding. All right, just.
He actually leans into Jesse and he's like, Jesse, now is not the time for this.
I've only been back like 5 minutes. Everybody's telling me what to do again. This family, I'll tell you what.
And I have a reason why to tell you what you need to do. Do you remember?
You'll have to refresh my memory. I just got too much on my mind right now.
We'll talk later.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And he kind of nods to everyone, kind of steps away, and is kind of working the room, talking to.
I kind of wave at him. All right, bye.
After that, Dickie is gonna kneel down, and give a prayer, off to his grandmother. Spends like a solid minute, and then does, the little cross, and then looks up. They're Catholic. And then we'll fully walk up to his only younger sister, Catherine, and just be like, "Hey, sis, maybe don't call our grandmother a flowery language in front of our guest for once."
Oh, I'm sorry. Not all of us get to walk away for years and kind of live their lifestyle as they wish. Some of us had to stay here with the family. She kind of takes another drink.
Catherine, I believe when we were children, didn't you always want to wear pants and I had to keep telling Father they were mine?
Irregardless, I'm the one who stayed. So, yeah, I had my issues with her.
But we all had our issues. Now, why don't I understand? We're at a funeral. Maybe drink some water before you go off on a dead body again.
And she just kind of shoulders past you.
I'm right, Catherine.
She just keeps stomping past you. And family and everyone's kind of stopping and watching her walk out.
Yeah, I'll wave over like one of the servants and just kind of whisper, like, "Can you stop her from drinking and just give her some water?"
Very well.
Just give it to me. I'll take it.
Don't give it to Jesse. And then after that, Dickie's just gonna go socialize, playing up, like the son that left, like run his own business in New York.
Okay.
Like, try to keep some face after our sister calling our grandmother a bitch in front of everyone.
Okay.
Being the peacekeeper he was before he left.
Okay, so you're working the room. Jesse, what are you up to?
Jesse's he's mostly just going to go back to doing his default thing of like checking to see if there's any loose change lying around.
All right.
I mean, he doesn't know how much is in that will for him, so I mean, he's just going to take a little extra off the top for traveling all this way. So.
Travel expenses, right?
That's right.
I mean, like when it comes to lineage, you're the last to really get an inheritance out of the third boy.
I gotta look after myself, right? After Dickie and everybody else gets theirs, there may not be anything left. I mean, that's so. Yeah.
Helen, what are you doing?
I'm kind of watching the whole thing that happened with my uncle and my aunt, and just kind of going, okay, staying out of that one.
And Elizabeth.
Elizabeth wants to, once the room is like very crowded, she wants to like publicly go to the kneeling prayer thing right by the casket, and make sure that everyone can see her, that she's paying her respects.
Okay.
And she is a little curious, like she knows she has a little bit of a intuition with things that she can't explain. So she'd like to touch the casket and see if anything pops up.
Let's do that. Have you make a power roll.
Oh wow!
And that's going to be it's in the towards the top of the character, the POW.
Okay.
Does she do it just to kind of get a visual of this? Does she do it in a way that is?
I was going to say sleight of hand. So this way, people don't see you touching a casket while praying, which isn't normal.
I think it's normal to be like,
Yeah, I have an Irish Catholic family, and everybody touches the coffin. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's fine. I grew up Baptist.
He wants to pass it off as like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I miss you so much. I'm gonna touch your coffin.
You rolled a 99, which is very bad.
Is there any way I can like re-roll or
push it?
You can what's called a push. Now,
Okay.
let me warn you though, if you still fail, something very bad will happen.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, go for it. Okay.
Why not?
Ooh.
So I re-roll again?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
An 83. Okay. You touch the casket and it feels like fire. Like it scorches your hand. You scream when you touch the casket and jump back and kind of stumble back, and everyone in the room stops to look.
What the hell?
So like grasp at her hand.
I'm gonna walk up to her and see like what happened.
And your hand is fine. There's no burn marks.
Are you okay? Did you trip? What happened?
And as she stumbled back, she knocked over some flowers.
Oh, I'll go. Pick
Everyone
up for her,
everyone has noticed now.
Put him back.
Yeah. I think Dickie instantly goes into that middle child, gotta keep the peace, like kind of mindset. Just like goes like, guys, we might need some room. She's pregnant. She screamed. She's on the floor. There's water. Can everyone just like give us a quick moment and somebody call a nurse?
Yeah, the baby just kicked really hard.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, everyone. I didn't mean for this to happen. And she'll reach her hand up to Dickie.
Yeah, I'll help you up and then just kind of like toss your shoulders. This way we're kind of keeping the idea. Dickie has no idea what happened. We're just so used to covering for Jesse at this point.
it's automatic.
It's just gonna kind of like help you out of the room.
Because other people had touched the casket, so it wasn't absolutely unusual that she did that. So most people really weren't paying a ton of attention. But when she screamed and went stumbling backwards, yes, now everyone's.
When Elizabeth gives the excuse of the baby kicked, Jesse's gonna be like, kid after my own heart.
kind of give a look to him.
Edgar comes back over and he says, maybe we might want to close the viewing for just a bit. And he waves over April and he's like, could we get some drinks out on the veranda? And she's like, of course. So Edgar kind of starts guiding people out of the room, including the characters. So.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Dickie will kind of fully take Elizabeth to like a corner that the brothers know that's where you go when you don't want anyone to listen. That corner there's in every house. And then just goes, Elizabeth, what the fuck happened? There was no baby kick. I've been around enough women to know that the baby kick.
I feel like if I told you in this room full of people, you would be the only one that would understand. But I have a certain intuition with objects. And when I felt the coffin, it was burning hot, like an element.
So, I'm just gonna act like I fully get what that means, but, okay, this is gonna sound crazy. Like a magic, chaos thing.
Perhaps I was wrong about you. And she'll turn around.
No. He grabs your shoulder, and just goes, no, it's, I get it. It's weird. I wasn't the brother that did that. I do need your help.
It's not that weird. What's weird is that there's 3 deaths within months of each other in this family.
I thought that was weird. So I had
Jesse's gonna be nearby. He's gonna be like dropping like flies.
Jesse. So, me and Jesse checked out our father's study, which is always locked and we were never allowed in. I'll pull out the book on the history of the Scottish. Open it to the page of the chaos before Christianity, and just goes, whatever happened to Father, he was reading this before having a psychotic break. This was more than just depression.
She'll kind of take the book, and she knows a bit about that.
Yeah, I was going to say make a library use roll.
Yeah,
that she's pretty good at, I think. And Helen, if you were there, if you would like to examine the book as well, okay. 71, doesn't look familiar to you, Elizabeth. Okay, but Helen, if you want to make a roll.
Sure.
Maybe I'll be the succeed at a cost.
Oh, wow. Zeros everywhere. I have no idea.
Okay. Does anybody else want to make a library use roll?
I'll try.
Okay.
I'm not the most well-read sibling. That was our eldest brother, who was the academic.
Oh, I think I know how this dice works now. I'm going to have to redo my sheet, I think.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Elizabeth looks at it, it's kind of like, all right, it just looks like a history book of, Helen and Jesse, you look at this and you're like, well, of course, this is something that maybe he hid from us. You're convinced that maybe your father and your uncle had maybe a secret life that he didn't talk about.
I know all about that. Secret lives. Yeah. I live my life out in public, but I get it. I get it. I do.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I mean, pretty easy to read, Uncle Jesse.
Yeah.
So.
Well, acting was never my thing. I'm just more straightforward and direct. Mm-hmm. But still, double lives. Get it? I do. Not everybody approves.
No, this
Could be a
couldn't be
coincidence.
Dad's. It's not part of his library.
There's
Well,
a
it's clearly acquired it. That makes it his, doesn't it? I mean, that's how
There-
things work for me.
There's
Oh,
a
my.
scream from somewhere in the house. A woman's
Oh.
scream.
Y'all hear that?
Oh,
Yeah, all of you hear it, and everyone kind of stops and, my
Instinctively,
word.
Dickie runs towards the scream.
Okay.
go get him, Dickie. I'm right behind you.
Are you though?
I-
I mean,
As soon as you say that, Dickie comes back just for a second, grabs you by your shirt collar, and then starts dragging you with him.
now you're right behind him.
Fine. Okay, I'm coming. Jeez.
Okay. So the two of
Elizabeth
you.
will go
and-
run to her child, actually. and make
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
And
just
that's
gonna
actually-
follow Elizabeth in case.
And that's actually the direction it came from.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
You,
Then
you run into the house. There's a section off the kitchen. Where you hear a woman screaming, and as you push open the door, you find the governess, Ruth, is just standing there, just like covering her eyes. She's shaking, and
Jesse's like right there behind Dickie with a shotgun.
and there is a crib with the child, and I forget how old did we say she was? About
Less than a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She's kind of pulled herself up on the bars. And she, you know how like little kids would just kind of jump, they kind of, and she's looking off away from everyone. She's kind of jumping and giggling. And Ruth is just like shaking, screaming.
What's wrong with you? Just a kid.
What is the meaning of
Jumping up and
this?
down.
There was a I don't know, a beast in the room. It was in the corner, and it was walking towards the child, and I tried to protect her, and it pushed me away.
She'll immediately take her child into her arms
Okay.
and take a look around.
When you pick her up, you notice on the back of their clothes, like on the back, there's a hand mark, and it's burned on there.
What did you do to her?
Miss, I did nothing to her. I did nothing.
She'll go up and slap
Elizabeth, what's wrong?
her. Can I slap her?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that would be I think that's a brawl roll.
Oh wow.
Let's go. Brawl. I'm not very good at that. It's gonna be like a very weak. Terrible.
You completely
What did you roll?
you completely missed her, and it hit the wall. I mean, she didn't try to dodge or anything like that, but you slapped at her and you like hit the wall, and but Ruth still jumps and she's like, I'm sorry, miss, I didn't do
Get out of here!
child."
Don't you
Yes.
dare touch my child again!
And she scurries away. Reginald and Edgar come in. The child doesn't seem hurt at all. There's a scorch mark on their clothes, but if you kind of look underneath, skin is fine. And the child is as happy as you've known her, but she's still looking over your shoulder at a kind of an empty spot in the corner, and she's kind of giggling.
Jesse is
Yeah,
going to like look in that direction potentially.
Okay.
When Ed walks into the room, I
Mhm.
think Dickie just kind of goes, Ed, if you could send April here, who helped raise all of us. It seems that Ruth is having a moment, and maybe a more experienced caregiver might be needed.
What
Of course,
kind of help are you
I'll check
hiring
Indeed.
here?
So.
Look what she did to my child. And show them the burn mark.
And he's like, what? And they both look at her like,
Are we even safe here?
you should be as safe as
houses.
always.
Yeah.
Jesse, that corner, if you kind of walk into that corner, there's a chill to the corner. Like the house is always cold, but there's a noticeable chill to that corner that just seems to fade away as you get in there.
This corner's just drafty. Kid probably just noticed it.
You know, I know she left, so this might be too late. So I'm just going to know: can I use psychology to see if she was lying
on Ruth? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can find her. She probably hasn't left the property. I mean, she's probably outside.
I'll follow after her a bit. She, just be like Ruth, can you come here for a moment?
Yes. So I swear on my mother's life I would never harm a child, but there was something in that room.
Yeah, no, I get it. Can you just repeat once again as much detail as possible on
thought
what
of that. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and make your psychology roll. Does anyone else follow out, or?
I'm gonna stay with Elizabeth.
Okay.
Calming her baby.
Yeah, there's nothing here.
Okay, just making sure.
Corner as well.
Jesse's gone with his brother just because, it doesn't
Ooh,
seem to be
that was a crit.
Yeah.
A critical success against her.
This girl is not lying at all. She, God's witness, whatever expression you want to use, she is not lying, but she saw something. I mean, she saw something in that room.
So with that crit, can I also tell if she was hallucinating or sound of mind during what she was discussing?
She was sound of mind when it happened. Now she's not so sure, but she knows what she saw.
Okay, Ruth. A lot of weird stuff happens in this house. Why don't that's not his voice. Ruth, why don't you just go? A lot of weird stuff happens here. Why don't you just go over to, the nurses? Yeah, we have a nurses area. I don't know if you've been to that part of the house yet. Just go there, tell them you need a bit of a rest.
But Mr. Montgomery, I need this job.
No.
I've been fired.
You can just call me Dickie, and I promise, no matter what, you won't be fired. You might not be able to work with children again, but you won't be fired.
I love children so much.
Wow, Dickie, that's kind of harsh. One offense, really? You just gonna crack down like that? Like you never made a mistake? Come on, go easy on Ruth. Probably just didn't know what she was doing. Drafting the room, maybe spooked her. I don't know, but
Jesse, we'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Now, just go rest in the nurse's tent. Make sure everything's okay. I'll talk to Elizabeth for you.
Yes, he's gonna say to Ruth, he's like, you know what? I know what it's like to be criminalized and everything else. I get it. Society's always looking down their nose at you and everything. I get it. I understand. I'm on your side.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Kind of curtsies.
Man of the people right here. Yeah.
Scurries away.
And if anyone says anything, just send them to. Oh, you're gone.
Okay. We're gonna switch back to Elizabeth and Helen.
Yeah.
I'd like to see if the handprint kind of matches mine, the one that was burned.
Oh.
It fits like a glove. It is the same exact size as your hand.
How is that possible?
I don't know. Perhaps I acted out of emotions just then. Something strange is happening in this house.
Yes, a lot of strange happens in this house. I don't understand it.
Helen, give me a listen roll, please.
Listen roll. Oh, where's that? There it is. Okay. Got a 9.
Oh, awesome. You hear just in the faintest kind of edge of your hearing, you hear this. And you would swear as God's witness, that sounded like your great-grandmother Hazel.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Elizabeth.
All I hear is my baby.
Yeah.
I thought I heard great-grandmother used to when she was displeased, which was a lot. I swear I just heard her. I don't see her, but it's what I heard just now. Real quiet.
I need to leave this room.
I'll
And
go
she'll
with you.
take the baby to the common
Yeah,
room with them.
I'll go with you.
And as you're walking out, the baby kind of reaches her hand out, like back into the room, like almost like waving.
Oh,
You don't see
boy.
anything. So
She'll kind of put her hand down
okay.
and keep going.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you guys, you're gonna head back out to the veranda where where the party was. The party.
Party was.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
The brothers, do you rejoin the family, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think we join the family. I'm assuming it takes like a couple minutes for like April to get here to take over care for the baby, like Dickie requested.
Mhm.
Once that happens, I think Dickie is just gonna look at Elizabeth and Helen, being like, "Okay, so weird shit is happening, like more than the normal weird shit. So, wanna go check out Dad's secret pathway in his office? And because weird book, secret pathway, we're not allowed in there.
I didn't even know there was one.
Grandmother was. It's a Victorian house. There's always going to be one.
I found it. I'm sure you did. Yeah.
So
speaking of great grandmother Hazel, I swear I thought I heard her doing that disapproval thing. It was real quiet, and then it stopped, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just nervous.
Probably just nervous.
Could be.
Well, I mean, we literally just saw Elizabeth do magic stuff. Our father was driven to madness. Your baby was burned, and someone said there was a beast in the house.
Dickie,
it's getting a little bit.
You and your theories and everything. You're just getting out of control here. Okay, like the kid was fine. You know, the old lady is clearly in the coffin. She's good and dead, right? And you know, the old house
I'll
is
give
just
you $200.
creepy as ever. Okay, you could just. I'm just saying, don't let your theories and your what do you call it?
I will go with you once I change my child's clothes.
Like the psychomancy or whatever you do, right? That stuff you're studying, like all the book learning, you know, just you let that stuff get away from you, you know. So let's go find some secret passages.
Hold on. Before we do so, we have to do something very important. Reg, I have a favor.
About a moment later, he appears. He's like, "Yes, sir."
Reg, do you remember that like wonderful candy that me and Jesse liked on the other side of town?
Perhaps.
Yes. Well, you know, we're back here. It's old times. Could you personally go and get me and Jesse some of that candy? And you know, I think Helen and Elizabeth would love it.
The caramels.
You know,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. The kind that they sell on Fifth Street, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's going to require an intimidation roll.
Oh, I got this.
Cool. No, this is a Dickie thing, which is sad because Dickie usually doesn't ask Reg for anything.
he kind of stiffens up like.
Can I intervene?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to attempt to.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got
what do I roll
35
for that?
from Jesse. We got a 63 from Dickie.
I have a 15 in intimidation. So
yeah. So he basically kind of ignores you.
All right, listen, Reg.
Okay.
I don't think I have. Oh wait, intimidate? Am I trying to intimidate?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got a 38.
38. No.
No.
It's the only one who succeeded was Jesse.
He's just going to grab him by the lapels. Like, listen, I haven't had that candy in an age. They don't sell it anywhere else. I need it. Get it now.
And he just kind of gently takes your hands off his shirt. It's kind of strange. Very well. I will return within the hour.
Go on.
Okay. He turns around and kind of stiffly walks away.
Yeah, but once he's gone, Dickie's like, okay, guys, we have an hour.
Now, Elizabeth wanted to change the baby.
Right.
And then I missed what else she said after that.
She said she kind of wanted to talk over Jesse, like what he's saying isn't very important, that he's on Dickie's side. And she'd be like, well, I will be there. Just give me a minute.
Roll for Werther's Originals.
That's exactly what I had in mind, actually. Like, you know.
Absolutely, me too. It's like we only have the ones on Fifth Street. That's what Grandma used to buy.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. What does Elizabeth change the baby into? It's a mimic.
Some clothes that aren't burnt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best funeral wear.
All right. You have an hour.
Jesse's gonna go right up to the door and unlock it. Same as always, you know. Like it doesn't matter that he unlocked it the first time, so I assume he's just gonna go ahead and do it again. You know?
You got such a good roll the first time. I'm not gonna make you reroll.
Yeah,
this time.
just like undoes it the same way. Like it's just that lock poses no challenge whatsoever.
Okay. All right.
And that wasn't the finance. Is by chance? Do we know if he kept any blueprints of the house in his office?
You would have to search the office.
I'll search. While Jesse's doing his thing, Dickie will look over to the girls, being like, "There may be a blueprint or something about the catacombs. If you girls want to help me check."
Sure.
Yeah.
I start going through the
She'll
shelves.
put the baby down in her little carrier and help.
Is the baby in the room?
She's in the room.
The baby's in the room.
Jesse,
you just put her on a chair or something.
Yeah. So Jesse, he's gonna kind of like check that same place before where he saw the seam and everything. If it requires like a crowbar or something, he's gonna go get that. You know, I'm sure he knows where to find one, or a fire poker or something, just something to wedge it open. And then he's gonna go right over to the kid and go, "You want to help me with this?" Help me get this
like
door
a literal
open.
baby.
I know, like he doesn't care. He's like, you know, he's already inducting this kid into a life of crime.
Run in the family. I mean, Reginald found the candy shop. Okay. Dickie and Elizabeth don't find anything. You're looking through. You don't find anything.
I was supposed to roll something, wasn't
I?
Yeah,
roll
spot hidden.
What was it?
Spot hidden.
Spot hidden. Okay, found it. 35.
Okay. You found one of the lower drawers of a desk. You're kind of searching through there. You don't necessarily find anything like blueprints. You find some ledgers, some books like that, but not necessarily blueprints of the house.
Okay.
So the only thing you really found of significant interest in the room were the book and that spot behind the bookshelf. So now I think Jesse was looking for a way to pry this open, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Totally going at it.
Okay, you'd have to move the bookshelf first. So you're going to need some help moving that.
He's just going to push it aside.
All right. I won't make you make a strength roll on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and you can maybe kind of slip your fingers in just a little bit. But this is going to require a strength roll to pull this open. So.
Okay. Now, how do I do that?
You just click on STR.
Okay, got it. Oof. All right, I'm gonna roll again. I'm trying to get this. Okay.
Hey, don't push it.
Yeah,
Just
I was gonna
call
say
for Dickie, the
Yeah.
strong one out of the three
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
All
I was gonna say,
right,
don't push this one.
Hey, Dickie, can you come over and give me a hand?
And
This
if
bookcase,
anyone
it's
else
just a
would
little
like
old
to,
and stuck.
if anyone else would like to join, you can. No? Okay.
No, I'm too
All right.
posh for
Yeah, let
that.
me.
Too posh. For that.
Right.
So that's a 58. That's a normal success.
Yeah. Yeah, he's insanely strong. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
So
why I said he's a strong sibling.
he's in construction.
Mhm.
Yeah, he just carries all the bricks by himself. He kind of manages to kind of wedge it back.
There we go.
And you hear, this loud creaking of something scraping across the floor. And you look in, and it looks like almost like just like a closet. It's just total darkness.
Anyone got a flashlight?
I was just about to say.
I don't know, does anyone
You
have
agree
that?
on something. Wow.
Does anyone have that in their?
I don't
believe
think
anyone
so.
bought or decided they were bringing along a flashlight. So
Yeah, I don't think I did at all.
No.
Apparently, I have a handgun.
you could start shooting in there. So
I mean,
that'll flash it up.
well, you know.
I'm sure one of the gentlemen might have something they could use.
I mean, I'd probably have a lighter or something like
lighter.
that.
That's
there
what I was
we
saying.
go.
Yeah.
Because he smokes cigars and everything. So yeah.
Which of you have dark vision? Yeah, I was waiting for that.
So he's just gonna
Actually,
be like,
yeah, this age we would both be smoking, so I'll also pull out my lighter.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of peer it open, and you were on the second floor. But what you see is a hallway, just plain wood, no decorations, but it kind of leads forward, and you do see a set of steps that
Oh, nice.
Up or
wooden
down?
steps that lead down.
Okay.
Oh, of course they lead down. Yeah, these things aren't going up. We're going all the way down. Yeah.
Dickie will go shut their father's door so this way
Mhm.
Reg gets back before we all leave. He thinks the room's been left unentered.
Right.
And then it's gonna go first because one, he doesn't trust Jesse to go first, and the other two are his nieces.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Elizabeth will give her child a kiss and make sure she's tucked away. from
You're
her.
just leaving the child behind.
I don't like. Should I bring him? I don't know.
I guess
we
I'm
always
just
call for
asking.
April, who's
You're
in
giving
charge
me
of your
way too much
child real
ammunition.
quick.
I don't think either decision is responsible.
Neither one is responsible.
Another one is good. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
look
she'll
at-
bring the child
look
with
at
her, I
Dickie
guess.
and
Okay.
Jesse.
Okay.
Yeah.
We turned out fine, and we were left
Yeah,
alone.
exactly. He's sitting there with a shotgun in one arm and a lighter in the other.
Okay.
I certainly can't leave her with the help. So here I am.
That's true.
Exactly. Maybe you shouldn't have fired the gun. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you start heading down the hallway, and you reach kind of the landing of the stairs, and then you see it kind of winds down. It's almost like a spiral staircase.
So
It just
cool.
kind of leads down just
You
into
never
the
see
darkness.
these things anymore.
How steep are the steps?
It's very.
Yeah,
And if you
Um,
look down, you're like, well, that's probably past the first floor
yeah.
because you're on the second. You were
So-
on the second floor before. So
Secret
now you look
cellar
down. That probably
time.
goes way past the first floor.
Seeing
I bet
that the
there's-
steps are like very steep, Dickie's just gonna look behind him at Elizabeth and just go, "Do you want me to carry you while you're pregnant down the stairs? You could easily slip, and I don't think you want that."
I'll be careful. Why don't you walk in front of me?
Okay, sure. You can just hold onto my shoulders, and if you feel like you're gonna fall, just like grab tight.
All right, Mr. White Knight, come on, get out of my way. Let's get down here. I bet there's a secret vault somewhere with all
Doesn't
kinds
stop
of cool stuff
pushing
in it.
people. We're gonna fall down a flood pit.
Okay.
Please don't make me roll for that.
Yeah, that's actually where I wanted everyone to make dexterity rolls.
Dexterity?
Walking down these stairs.
Okay, dex
Because
roll.
as you look at them, they're dusty and.
Oh, I don't know if that's good.
Why did I bring my baby?
Technicality keeper.
Now,
Could I argue Elizabeth has advantage holding on to me, but I have disadvantage because Elizabeth is using me as a crutch?
I just don't want to see.
I don't
like,
know.
A baby fall, you know. It's terrible.
Well,
I mean, you don't have
this is called Cthulhu, though.
It is.
Anyways, let's do it.
Now, Jesse rolled a 47.
Yeah, so that's
with a
2
45.
points away from
Yes.
success. So.
And that is where you can use what's called luck.
That's
You
what I'm
use
going to
2
do.
luck
I'm going to
points,
spend two
to
luck
basically
points.
succeed.
He's just
Right.
kind of like, he almost falls, but then he catches himself.
Okay.
You know?
And that's what I was going to say is Elizabeth should probably use 1 luck.
Yeah.
I'm
And
also
then-
going
Alright,
to
we're
use
good.
2 luck.
Yeah. Typically within like 5 is about where I allow people to use luck. Okay, and then Helen.
I thought I rolled.
Wow.
What
That would have been a
let's
really
see.
bad story.
was it? Dexterity?
It's dexterity. Yeah, you just click
Okay.
on dex.
Okay.
And my baby cracks his head up.
Oh, hold on. 78.
Oh boy. Okay.
And
Um,
she's got background in dancing, so I mean, like,
Where in the party was she? Was she at the back?
I'm probably at the back. Yeah.
Okay. You stumble forward into whoever was third in line.
Which
I
is
believe that's
Elizabeth.
Jesse.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Probably
Jesse
me.
pushed forward. He was out front.
Okay.
Because
okay.
Dickie stopped to
Oh,
help
no.
Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. You stumble, and then basically like everybody kind of stumbles. Nobody falls,
Yeah.
but
Sorry.
it's one of those
No,
like it's like a
whoa,
chain
watch it.
reaction. Like everybody.
Yeah. Jeez, Dickie.
Yeah, like-
Come on.
I think instinctively, Dickie does that thing, feeling you guys fall against him, and he like plants his heels
Yeah,
down, like
yeah,
grabs the railing and bumps you guys backwards at your feet.
Exactly. Yeah. So everyone just kind of gets a jolt. Okay. You continue. You want to just continue down the stairs to the
Yeah,
bottom?
Jesse's in front. He's thinking. He's just set on the idea that there's some kind of dragon's horde down here. Like it's just.
Jesse, be careful! Don't run down the stairs. Then April teach
Just
you
like-
anything.
Okay.
With his shotgun. That's even
Yeah,
better.
exactly. Yeah.
A shotgun and a lighter.
Yeah.
You get down to the very bottom. It gets down to a landing. It's a dirt floor.
Wow.
Of course it is.
And as you kind of look around, you are definitely beneath the house. You don't know
Yeah.
how far beneath the house.
Got that dank cellar smell. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And ahead of you is an old, battered wooden door without even like a handle on it. It's just battered old wood.
This thing hasn't been touched in centuries. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay.
wonder what's behind it. Must be a reason it hasn't been touched in centuries.
Yo, guys. Battered door down here, really old. Looks like it's about ready to fall apart. Could probably touch it and
Jesse, is this
disintegrate.
you telling me you want me to break down another door?
That's right. I mean, I could shoot it, right, or kick it over, but you know, like you could probably just do it better than me. You know, why don't you just go ahead and do that?
Dickie, give me a spot hidden, please.
Oh, forgive me. You want
Oh,
that's
it's a-
bullying character.
Giant furry spider down here or something.
Oh, that's a 76 out of 25.
Okay. Yeah, you were walking towards that door when something big and hairy grabbed you and throws you across the room. You guys just see something flash and grab Dickie and like
Holy sh!
okay.
Oh, that's not good.
And it was fast and hairy. I would like a sanity roll from everyone.
Okay, where's
and I'm trying to
that?
remember where that is on the sheet.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it too.
is, I believe you have to. Minimize
Yeah.
the sheet.
Oh,
to see
okay.
it.
I
Yeah.
will minimize the sheets.
Yeah.
I can figure
Yep.
out how to do
Okay.
that. Okay, I found that.
Oh,
Uh,
Okay, so all right, so we'll get to Dickie in a second. Okay. So
I don't even see it.
You minimize your sheet.
I did.
Okay, and you should see sanity.
Now I got a 36, and that's
Okay.
within 1 point of my sanity. So can I
And
spend another luck?
You,
to do
you
that?
cannot.
You
You
can't
cannot
spend luck
spend
on
luck.
There's
sanity.
sanity.
Okay.
Okay. So do I
Okay.
just click on sanity?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Mhm.
got it. I think that's mine.
Okay, Elizabeth
90
failed,
degree.
and then and still waiting on Helen.
I thought I did it.
I don't see it. Just try it again.
Okay. Do I click the word or the number?
Yep. Just click on the
The
word
word.
sanity. Yep.
Okay. Oh, there's why it didn't go. Okay. 8.
Okay, yeah, you did awesome. Now, I forgot how you do the to see how much sanity they lost. I forget what's like a
So we roll a d4. If you pass, if you roll a d4, if you roll a 1 or a 2, you lose 1. Then a 3 or 4, you lose. No, that's
Okay.
if you have resistance.
Okay.
You roll your d4. You take that amount of HP. Then if it's half, then if you pass, you take half of that. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, it's finals week, everyone in the audience. So forgive me that I almost messed up sanity roll.
That's okay. All right, so we need Elizabeth, and Jesse to roll that d4.
Okay.
And
Now, how do I just roll a regular d4 in here?
I don't know how you can on here, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to do it digitally.
Yeah, if you have a if you have a physical die.
I know it's all. And then me and Helen would
I got a
roll
4.
half, so ours is half.
We're doing what now?
I got a 4
We
as
roll,
well.
we pass, we take half. So if you roll a 4, that's 2 points of sanity instead.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I do that.
And
2
and
points?
then you probably have to put your sheet back in it.
Oh, and the regular. Okay,
Yeah.
maximize. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm doing what now? Sorry.
You roll a d4.
Roll a d4. Okay. I'll just get one. Hold on.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is one of those rare chances you actually need to have
Yeah, give me a
dice
minute.
roller.
So I rolled, I'm
Got one.
1 point of sanity despite being the one grabbed.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Okay.
So
So
that
yeah,
would
you
be
you
2 for
reduce
you.
your sanity by those amounts.
By 3? Okay.
Okay.
You pass, so you passed yours, right, Helen?
I got a 3. I don't know.
She did. Yeah.
Yeah?
She
Got it.
she
So-
passed yours.
I got a
So
4.
yours would be half down to a 2.
A 2.
So,
Okay.
so then Elizabeth rolled a 4. So she takes 4. She loses 4
Mhm.
sanity, right?
Okay. So I take away 3 from the sanity?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that 58, I guess. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. Okay. Got it.
Dickie has been grabbed by this person. They have this horribly long beard and the worst breath that he has ever smelled. And he has just tackled him and just like slamming him on the ground, and just like screaming something in some kind of language that like he's
So-
just.
Does he have like hold of my shoulders? Is that
Mhm.
how
Yeah,
like,
well, he has
grabs
like
me?
he's like held onto your shoulders, like
Cool.
slamming
As
you.
he's doing me, can I like rev up and give him a right hook into the jaw?
You can, yeah. Okay,
Okay,
and
sure.
then the rest of you now see your brother.
Yeah,
uncle.
no, I'm getting ready
Yeah.
to shoot him. Like,
Okay.
so, like, yeah.
This guy.
Okay. Okay. All right,
So
so
combat my fist.
yeah.
You want to proceed anyways? Yes. Are you gonna let me roll for my fist?
Okay.
Okay, hold on. It's making me do it the complicated way. Let me roll brawl instead of my fist directly. Come on, you have 65, Dickie. 64. That hits.
Okay. Yep, he hits him. Okay.
Alright.
It's not
And then I
allowing
think
me to
you
roll
roll
my
your damage,
weapon.
right?
Are you okay if I roll my damage with
Yeah.
the, with
Yeah,
with
that's
the
fine.
dice?
Yeah.
So that is going to be. I do 6 points of damage if I punch him in the face.
Okay. And you hit him, his jaw is like squishy. Like he just kind of squishes in. But you kind of like knock him back a little bit, and he's kind of starting to go up, and that's when Jesse would be able to
Right.
take a shot.
Okay.
And then if anyone else wants to do anything, you guys would be acting after him. Okay.
All right, so
What?
I'm going to go ahead and roll this.
I think it's a handgun. I think. Oh no, you have shotgun.
No,
I have a
shotgun.
handgun,
He
yeah.
goes big. He doesn't even
Okay.
mess with the small firearms. You know, he
Rifle
just goes
/
straight for the
shotgun.
12 gauge. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So that's
Oh, he missed.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't. He luckily didn't. He luckily didn't hit Dickie because Dickie was on the ground.
Right, yeah.
Right,
It's
mhm.
like, you know, but
The
he's trying to
shotgun
hold the
was-
lighter in the same hand, everything, and just
Okay.
didn't, the kick was too much.
Okay. How about Elizabeth? Now your child starts to scream now that a shotgun has gone off in the room.
Oh
Can
no.
she? I want to try something. I don't know if
Okay.
it's allowed, but she just wants to say, "Let him go," and then just kind of push and use her power.
Okay. You want to make a power roll? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, since that's magic, you would spend magic points instead of doing a check.
Oh, I thought it was a power roll for that.
No.
Oh, where's
Um,
magic then on here?
Magic points
so-
10 out of 15 or something.
Yes.
Oh, I see
so
him. I
it's
see
really-
magic points.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you to decide how much magic points Elizabeth would spend for that.
Well, let's see how many she has. If you minimize your sheet, that's where you see the magic points.
Yeah, I got 10 out of 15.
Okay. So basically, how much do you want to spend in your attempt?
Do they regenerate? Somehow?
You can regenerate them during a long rest by reading like a magical tune. Since yours come from yourself, it would
Oh, yeah.
regenerate in
Let's
sleep.
spend 5 then. Let's
Okay.
really
Okay.
fucking jump.
Do it.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, this
Ooh,
is
a
stuff I don't
decently
know. That's where I
powerful
need help.
spell.
Yeah. Okay.
So 5 would be like putting D&D terms to help people who know D&D better.
Mhm.
That's like upcasting fireball to 4th level.
Oh. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Okay.
So a very strong like repulse that you send out from your hand.
Yeah. I just want to destroy him and like.
Okay. So what did she roll for that?
So basically, again, how I would do it as a keeper, you're
Mhm.
doing a repulse. So I would say, your power versus his dexterity to dodge.
Okay.
Whoever
Okay.
rolls lower.
Okay.
So if one crits and one doesn't,
Yeah.
and one
Yeah, I
has
gotta-
a hard success.
I got to
the
roll it
crit
over here.
yeah.
So
45.
okay.
That's good.
Versus his dex. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't dodge it. You kind of you put your hand on him, and he's all squishy. Almost feels like wet Play-Doh. But you feel like almost like a burning, like that same burning sensation, like when you touch the coffin. But he shrieks when you hit him, and kind of goes stumbling backwards, and then he disappears. Like he just like fades from vision.
I think I got him. I think I may
You
have nicked
okay?
him.
Yeah, I've been hit harder before
He's fine. He's been hit harder before.
by
Gotten
you.
into lots of fights.
The baby is inconsolable, screaming now.
Oh, poor little thing.
I need to go upstairs.
Yeah, you should. You want me to go with?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Do
Good
you want
luck
us to come
down
with
there.
you?
I don't know. What is that? I can't stay here. What?
Let's just
I
go
don't know.
back. Let's just go back. Okay.
Nikki, did we have a long lost family member that I didn't know about?
Well,
Oh.
our older brother was a historian out of the 3 of us.
Could
So,
that have been him?
That is not a person. Whatever that was. It was.
Did we get a
it's
good
not
look
a
at his
person.
face?
Not. I mean, the one who got the best look was Dickie, and it was just this long, unkempt beard, just like wild, staring eyes, and just this the death breath, and he was just like, ah.
Very long chance I might be able to do this. I roll history to see if I recognize the face.
Sure.
I have a 5. Very large shot. Possible.
I'm pretty good at history.
Oh. You got 100.
I did roll 100.
You really knocked that roll out of the park there.
You no, you do not know.
That's a critical failure.
You do not know who that was, but it is a face that you will never forget. And you close your eyes and you can still see it.
Fucking scary, man.
You know, I already had insomnia.
Yeah, you're gonna have nightmares now about that face.
So, walking upstairs, you know, going behind Elizabeth this time, to support Elizabeth so Elizabeth doesn't fall, just goes, and, bro, do you still have that shaving kit that, Dad gave you years ago?
The straight razor?
Yeah.
Yeah. He reaches into his back pocket, pulls it out.
Not right now. I've been growing out my facial hair for 7 years, but I don't think I could look at beards again.
Yeah, I know, I get it. Yeah. No, here you go. I'm gonna hand it to him.
Can you give it to me when we're not on stairs?
I mean, okay. No, fine. Jeez, I can't believe you're just walking away. We totally chased that thing off. I'm sure it's wounded. We should go finish it off, but all right.
Did anyone else see what I did back there? Find that.
There was a light. I don't know what you did though.
Yeah.
I keep feeling this fiery sensation in my hand. I did it again.
There's some cream or something down at the corner store for that, right?
I knew someone was going to say that.
And he would be the
You have a
someone.
burning
I
sensation?
want to say burning sensation,
Well,
Elizabeth, whatever you do, you felt good when you did that. You felt like you were defending your family. Like there was something familiar about it.
Okay. She'll say, I feel like since walking into this house, my abilities have just sort of strengthened.
Oh.
I think we need each other to keep each other safe
Yeah, that makes sense.
for what's to come.
Okay.
Something's happening, and we need to stick together.
You guys get up
Keep
to the
walking.
top of the stairs. You come out the basically the out of the hallway.
The closet.
Yeah, and you're back in the office.
Somebody's gonna need to tell Ridge about the squatter in the
Can I-
basement.
Well, he
No,
hasn't come
Jesse,
back
we're
yet
not telling
because he's
Rich.
off buying you candy. So
yeah,
I know.
I'll close it and kind of move the bookcase back in front of the door.
Good idea, Dickie. Here, move it a little bit more. Wait. You gotta get a little bit more there. Okay, all right. He's just directing the whole thing.
Oh,
Look at this room and tell me if anyone's gonna notice if it's an inch off of where it was before.
He's gonna casually glance around. I think it's good.
For a criminal who's probably covered up crimes
Yeah.
before, he's probably pretty good at this.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
no, it looks,
It's all good. Yeah.
I mean,
A little
Jesse's
bright.
sassing it. I'm not Jesse. Dickie's sassing it a little bit, but just listen to his brother.
baby
Now-
is still crying.
Aw.
Now,
She'll,
Jesse,
She'll hurry out of the room and to make
Okay.
sure that she doesn't blow everyone's cover. And
no, fully, just in a comedic sense, Dickie peeks his head out there to see if Mary is out there, knowing Mary's usually the one that always caught the two younger brothers doing.
Looks out.
Right.
She doesn't. or excuse me, they don't see her. You do see Edgar kind of walking up the stairs slowly. And he kind of looks up and sees you guys. He's like, everything all right up there?
Yes, he's just whistling. I can't personally whistle all that well, but that's what he's doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Elizabeth
Sticky was the one who peeked out. We'll step outside. Elizabeth ran out, looks at Ed, just kind of like turns. Oh, go ahead.
And that's what I kind of picture as Elizabeth kind of hurrying down the stairs,
Yeah.
like past him. So he's kind of glancing back to, kind of make sure she's all right. So and then Dickie probably speaks. So
Dickie comes out knowing that Jesse and Helen are still in a room where they're not supposed to be. It just instinctively turns Ed back down the stairs and just goes, "Well, Ed, I really hate to do this. I was gone for a while. Do you mind catching me up on like the family's, business right now? Especially since it seems my brother is currently a hermit. I just want to make sure that the family business was put into the proper hands after, Dad and Grandmother's death." And like, I'm just gonna lead him down there, like flavoring as like, I want to talk about the family. I've been gone for 16 years. Give Jesse and Helen a chance to leave.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He kind of and then that would give Jesse and Helen a chance to slip out and close the door behind them, I assume.
Oh yeah. Locks it back up
I'll
again.
leave that to you. You're better at this than me, for sure.
Yeah, he's just gonna lock it back up just the way it was.
And I think that's probably a good place to stop for tonight.
Okay.
So, what are people's thoughts so far?
I'm
How do you
in.
feel?
This is fun.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
We're all slowly finding our roles.
Oh yeah. I'm having a lot of fun with Jesse here.
I will say, I did not plan for Dickie to be like the natural leader that he's coming off to be.
He is, though.
He's a man.
Honestly, not only is he a man, but he was the middle child. It was the peacekeeper between all of us.
Right. Yeah, he's the
Really
glue, trying to hold everybody together. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
sorry,
that's a
Crash.
really good role player like that.
Thank you. How do you guys feel about Foundry so far? Is it pretty easy to use? Or?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, those high rolls that Haley was rolling would have been great in any other game, and this game is like.
I understand it now. I'm gonna have to like redo some things.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. If there are some things you guys want to tweak a little bit, I mean, don't completely re-roll your character sheet.
No.
No, I'm good.
If there's something you want to tweak, I'm okay with that. So
Yeah, just
Everything's
make my
good for me.
the things I'm good at a little bit better. Just shift
Sure.
stuff around.
Okay.
Diver, I do hope you like the joke of our eldest brother being the smart one. I was the strong one. You were the troublemaker.
That's right. Oh, I'm good with that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm
But
rolling
you
into it. I am leaning hard into the troublemaker role. So
Yeah, I will say I love the brotherly bond of the two that are like fully will commit chaos with each other. It's like I can just But also, Vicky has limits that Jesse doesn't have. Like,
No.
you can't commit a crime. It's fine. I've been lost before.
No, he's the one with limits, and Jesse's just like, on my way, let me do what I want.
Okay. All right. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up.
Awesome.
I will let the players kind of tell us a little bit about themselves, and we will start with. Let's start with Diver first. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us what you got going on?
Okay, so I'm Diver, and like I said, you won't find me on social media, but you will find me on other Discord games like Neon Gore from Crow and other games like that. So yeah, I'm kind of around. You might catch me here and there. Otherwise, that's just me. So yeah.
Okay. All righty. And Haley?
Hi, I'm Haley, also known as Babe _Blade 66. I just wanted to promote our new game. It's actually me and Diver. We are playing a game called Midwestern by Night. It's a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle set in the Midwest.
Neat.
So I'm really excited. That starts May 8th, and that will be
Awesome.
on Crovis Crow's Twitch. And I don't have the link right now, but I'm going to try and pull it up, and maybe we can post it in the chat.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, definitely. Okay, great. And since we always make them go last, we'll make Jen go next. So.
Okay. So I'm Jen, and when I'm not playing these kinds of games, I'm the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, which is about the Diablo series of games and all the other stuff connected with it and the company that makes it. I've been doing this for a really long time, and new episodes come out every Saturday at shatteredsoulstone.com or Shatteredstone on Twitter.
Okay. And last but not least, Whispers.
Sure. Hi, I'm Whispers. You know, the forever keeper of Call of Cthulhu who decided to be nice, and maybe I might take those training wheels off. If you want to catch my Call of Cthulhu game, it will be next week on Fridays at 9 EST on the Dissonance Complex, Twitch. You can go to my Twitter. It's on the screen underneath this name, where I have a link tree. And bi-weekly Mondays, 2 weeks, Monday, we took this week off. I have my other game where you can see what happens when the 7 deadly sins cause the, dystopia. Come have fun, commit chaos, and this isn't my channel, but still, give me a sanity check.
Nice.
All right. And for us here at the channel, we'll have the next session of Buried Secrets next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. If this is your first time with us, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Please give us a like on this video and join us to continue seeing what happens to these folks. So from all of us, again, thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.